let's jump in deep, Dazarin, to Mann Field Stadium, North Texas against Nebraska.
They haven't let me down yet.
Not yet, but there's always a first time for everything, guys, as the old phrase goes. But it probably won't happen today. I think I'm with you there.
But a pump happens on the play, and there's no one to shoot.
God, Chanos ended up upping his teammate, but Sarge comes down from the top rope, and Nebraska are the first to strike blood.
There you go from Sarge. Look at that, off the ceiling. Just wants to smoothly carry that one in. No dodge necessary. Here we go. There's like we say, we talk about these kind of upset days, and if this one's going to stay on track, it starts here with Nebraska getting on the board first.
Heck yeah, challenge that right in front of the box. Challenge it on the third. Or Steebeck will put in a double tap, the harbinger of destruction, North Texas.
D-Bank with the double. Reads this one perfectly. I mean, that's a tight angle to hit, Jorby. North Texas able to respond fairly quickly here to equalize.
I'll give it this too. The animation makes it feel light in the air. So the lightest hunky boy you've ever seen and the widest open net that you've seen today. Too fast, easy tip it.
And I mean, Too Fast starts off with a really solid 50. And the ball bounces out. There's no one home, so all it is just an easy pass from Lucio to Too Fast. Too Fast able to clean things up, but he opens that play up to begin with that low challenge.
Nebraska's ability to challenge the ball with confidence in the offensive half.
Oh, no way.
Oh, no.
That is unfortunate.
No.
You pull that word up in the dictionary and then play this. Oh, that's just such... the touch on the defense ends up redirecting that in for those who probably didn't see how fast that ended up happening. But just a poor mistouch by Nebraska, and they score on their own end. Now, 2. Did I say 2? I meant 3. 3-goal lead for North Texas off the goal from D-Bank.
Well, it's starting to get out of hand for Nebraska now. Sarge started things off pretty quickly, but everyone's just a little too far off the ball where I think that first touch, the first defender was expecting a roll or expecting a carry, but instead that quick pop off the ceiling made it so that he was just a little too far back, and there was really no chance to respond to it. Halfway task in Nebraska, after that initial jolt of energy, Daz, it's all falling apart for him. D-Bank picks up the Hattie.
There you go. Like you said, 3 for 3 here from D-Bank. And I believe, actually, all of North Texas, there's only one shot they've taken that hasn't gone in. It was from Too Fast. He's 1 for 2 right now. All North Texas, as they've been all over Nebraska.
A nice carry, though, from Sarge. That's been a couple of good carries. They pick up a goal here. And, like, this came off of an initial counterattack where they, it got cleared out downfield, but all of North Texas were still so far back. And that's just, it's just a great carry from Sarge. There really isn't anything complicated about it. Beats the one defender that he has to in midfield. And maybe you can't, sniff past Nebraska after game 1, but I like how they're approaching the ball despite, being down 1-5. This is kind of the time to go through those progressions in the first game.
For them, it was at the start of this game where it was the defense. Now you're seeing the offense open up, and Chanos will pick up another goal. They've had quite the opportunities, though, in the last couple of minutes where they have caught North Texas out. This time, they force a hole, and Chanos takes advantage.
Yeah, the demo on net definitely helping pave the way on that last one, but it was just another series of good challenges. They've been able to adjust just as well. Here comes Sarge. Does he find the goal? Oh, Arjo does it, and we might have a comeback.
Wow, Sarge bringing this one up. Touch out, and Argo pushing through. I called him Argo. Agro pushing through.
Oh, man.
8 seconds left, though. Nebraska have this, just by a small arm stretch.
Well, they're on offense. Sarge tries to get any sort of power, and Chanos was just staying a little too far off the ball. So North Texas squeaked by with the Game 1 victory, but it should have been a lot more dominant than it was. Historically, typically start the game pretty slow, but Game 1 was anything but slow. Lucia puts it in, and chaos on the backboard. Nobody on Nebraska could find the ball.
And it's just this moment, right when you see Agro doesn't have the ball, Lucio picks this up, and he has to hit that one over Sarge, who's diving to try to make that save. North Texas able to start this off with the lead, but they had the lead in game one. They had a very large lead, I should say, in game one. And they still ended up almost dropping that. So Nebraska's still in this for the conversation. Plenty of time left with 3:20 on the clock.
It comes down to another potential clear, but that pinch was blocked out. North Texas have held midfield, and it will turn into a goal. D-Bank converts again for North Texas, and Nebraska's deficit gets a little bit bigger.
And this one, you know, that's all aggro. He was caught out. And he has all the time in the world there. There's no one challenging him, but he just gives it right up to North Texas. And, I mean, it's just an easy open net play for them. And they are not also making it easy for North Texas to move downfield. This has been a more on the ground play, but what in the world? An explosion of speed there for Lucio.
God, just barrels downfield too fast, turns off ball cam, says, see you later, Channels. Absolutely headhunting for another goal. And this one seems to be getting to insurmountable territory for Nebraska. While they did score 3 goals within a minute, I think North Texas look a little different here. Their clears have been harder to handle.
On defense, as they look to set up more offense, D-Bank shot and it goes in. And UNT up by 4 with 30 seconds left.
Oh, the mean green again, and Lucia just caught the ball and absolutely destroyed the only guy who tried to get into that, and that was pretty much all she wrote. Second and third man needed a little bit of time. They just needed a touch in midfield. They didn't get it, and now Nebraska are looking at game point, or match point rather, and you're feeling pretty good about game 2, but now you get shut out in game 2. You don't have nearly the offensive output that you did. Sarge didn't have any success in his 50 game, and that's kind of the big downfall, Daz, I think, of, you know, having to rely on 50-50s to generate consistent offense these days, is because teams are just so good at trapping the ball and pulling it away from you that, you know, there's got to be a little bit more mix-up on the offense. I felt like Nebraska didn't go, I won't say they didn't go to that passing game enough. It just felt like they never had the structure to do so.
Yeah, it felt like they, you know, lived and died by the 50. Yeah. And that obviously didn't work out. So creating more opportunities and really mixing up the offense, like you said, is definitely a valid thing to do. They'll pick up one. That was honestly the longest kind of juggle I've seen in a minute.
Yeah,
in a rugby league match. They kept that up for a hot second.
And there was a nice dump from Channels.
Yeah, it was. But
we move on. We move on. And
we do.
North Texas might 3-0 here. I think that they are in mean green form. Want to get away, and Channels will get back to the ball, so Nebraska prevent what could have been an extended stay in offensive territory. Channels turns on the guns and shoots one right on target.
And you talk about a bang from Channels into the top corner and down. Nebraska shake off the rest and get to scoring here to start this game 3 off. But North Texas need to be able to just battle this back. You know, they've done a great job. No! Oh my goodness.
Don't ever do that. If you're watching at home, don't you ever try that. I don't approve of it here. I don't approve of it anywhere. That was absolute nonsense and the luckiest thing I've seen today. And then he got saved by his teammate.
That was scary. You gotta be very careful with that. Oh my, but Too Fast still putting on the heat here with this equalizer.
And you know, Daz, listen, don't judge me too hard. I'm all here for the musties, man. If every shot was a musty, I wouldn't be upset. So, Too Fast, that's not a musty, but it was a good shot. So, well done to tie the game, North Texas.
Careful here. And you can see why. Lucio shot out Too Fast. Bang! Top corner. Too Fast with 2 to take the lead.
Well, this was immediate disaster off the kickoff. Channels just got too far under the ball, and Lucia was playing that challenge the whole way. He knew Channels was beat. He knew exactly where that was going to be. And even if he was wrong, he had a teammate to back up the option. North Texas covering all of them. And Nebraska are feeling a deficit. But Channels wants it back. He can't get the touch. Goal. Looking for just the ball now. Channels launches it up off the ceiling. North Texas kills the ball and sweep Nebraska out.